there, it's Nina here with Walla Stamping. Thanks for joining me today. So I wanted to do a Valentine's project for you today, and this one is super quick and super easy, and part of the reason why is because of this thinlet set, because this thinlet right here cuts out your box for you and it scores it as well, which makes it super simple to create this box. I'm going to be showing you a new designer series paper from the Occasions catalog called Bubbles and Fizz, and it's a lot of fun. You're really going to like this paper. And then I also have the stamp set Sure Do Love You that coordinates with the thinlet set, and all of this together combined is going to make this cute little box. So let's go ahead and get started on this project. So you'll find this suite on pages 18 and 19 of the Occasions catalog, and as you can see, there are so many cute and bright colored projects that you can create with this suite. And then of course there is the bundle, which includes the thinlet set as well as the stamp set, and it's called Sure Do Love You Bundle. If you buy these two together, you actually save 10% off the cost of the two of them, so that's a good deal for you if you like this set. I just wanted to quickly leaf through the Sale-A-Bration catalog and just show you some of the stamp sets and the embellishments and different things that you can get for free. And I do have over on my blog a digital PDF copy of both the Occasions and the Sale-A-Bration catalog, so you'll be able to hop on over there and take a look at that. Now, the paper that I'm using today actually comes from the Sale-A-Bration catalog. I may have said it was in the Occasions catalog, but it's not. It's in the Sale-A-Bration catalog, and it is a free product with purchase during Sale-A-Bration. So let me just go ahead and skip on through this really quick. I made a card and posted it yesterday with these two items. And so there we go. So let's jump on into today's project. So what you're going to need to make this project, and by the way, I will have a PDF instruction sheet for you over on my blog. It's going to have a list of all of the supplies there along with the measurements and detailed instructions on how to make this project. There will also be a link in the description box that's below this video that'll take you directly to this blog post. So if you end up wanting to make this, it'll be really easy to find. So you're going to start out with a couple of pieces of Calypso Coral. What you'll want is 2 pieces that are 5 by 7 each. Then I have a piece of Whisper White, and this is for this little banner that you see here, and I've got this cut to 4.5 by 2. You'll have a piece of window sheet, and this is going to need to be cut to 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then your piece of Bubbles and Fizz designer series paper. This is 2 7/8 by 4 3/4. Then a piece of the classic weave Whisper White ribbon. So the ink that I'm going to use is Calypso Coral. The adhesives I'm going to use is Fast Fuse, some Snail, and some Dimensionals. And then I'm going to be using a Block H, which is what I have my sentiment mounted on. So let me clean all this up and we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to start out by cutting out my box, and I'll have to tell you, I've never purchased a thinlet that makes a box before, just because I'm stubborn and I thought I'll just do it myself. But I decided on this one to go ahead and try it, and I'm really glad I did, because this makes box making so simple. So we're going to cut 2 of these out. And then I want you to take a look at how cool this is. All of the score lines get scored when you cut out this box, so it makes box making so quick and easy. Now I'm going to move my Big Shot over here just for a minute. I will be bringing it back into use in just a second, but the first thing that I want to do is I want to take my designer series paper. I'm just going to use Snail, and I'm going to apply this to the back. And I want to run a couple strips down the center as well, because I'm going to be cutting out a window shape, and I want to make sure that there's adhesive all around so that it'll stay stuck even around that heart-shaped window. So then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this heart from the Thinlet set and grab my Big Shot. Oops, that was a loud squeak. Get my Big Shot back over here, and then I'm going to put this framelit in the center. And I'm going to line it up about, I would say, 1 inch down from the top. And the reason I don't want it too close to the bottom is I don't want to take a chance on when I tuck this in, it's sticking up and showing at the bottom of the heart. So we'll run this through and cut out the window. All right, then we'll want to put our window sheet into place. I'm just going to use my fast fuse to do this because I want to make sure that this stays adhered really well. And I'm just going to run this fast fuse all around the shape of this heart. And then just to make sure that none of the corners get, or nothing that you're putting in the box, I guess I should say, gets stuck on any of the corners, I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive in each of those corners also. Then just put this in here, trying to get it lined up in between each of the score lines. I think I made this a little bit too wide. I may have to cut it off on that side. Let's see. No, it's going to work fine. So then at this point, go ahead and fold and burnish all of your score lines. Okay, so at this point now, what I'm going to do is run my fast fuse down one of these tabs here, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to have one of them going this way where your tab is at the top, and the other one where the tab is at the bottom. And you'll take your, and I just did this backwards, I'm so sorry. You're going to want to put your adhesive on the tab of the part of the box that will be the back, not the front. I was not paying attention to what I was doing because I was running my mouth. Okay, so I'll do something with this. I don't know what. I'll try to get that adhesive off. But what you'll want to do is take your box front where you have the cut edge here and the cut edge here, and you're going to line that up with the score line there and there. So what I do is I just kind of get it in the corner here and then make sure that I run that cut edge down. All that glue is still on there. Run that cut edge down even with that score line there and here. And then for me, at least, I think it's easier just to lay your box down flat so that your cut edge is laying right here next to this score line, and then just fold that over. Okay, now I want to put some adhesive down here to hold this in place because I don't want to take a chance on anything that I'm putting in this box to fall out. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but if you're putting anything in here that has any weight to it at all, I would suggest going ahead and doing that. And I'm just going to take my bone folder and put it down inside the box and rub that back and forth and make sure that adhesive gets stuck down. Now I'm just going to put some of these little Merci candies inside of mine. You can put whatever kind of candy in here you want. The depth of this box, I think, is 5/8 of an inch, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty certain that's the depth of the box. And so Hershey Nuggets would fit in here because they're about 5/8 of an inch tall. Then the next process is to do our stamping. So I've got my sentiment here, and it's just a banner stamp, and it says, "Sure do love you" on the inside. I'm going to use my Calypso Coral, get that inked up, stamp that, put that there, get the banner shape die, put that on top of my stamped image, and get this cut out. Then to attach that to my box, this is where I'm going to use my dimensionals. I'm going to use 3, one on each end, and then, oops, one in the center. And I'm going to stick that right across the center of that heart. And now I'm going to make my bow. Y'all are probably going to laugh at me when I show you this, but I do not do a great job of tying bows every time. Sometimes with some ribbons I can tie a bow and it looks fantastic, and sometimes I can tie a bow and it looks horrific. So I know there's a lot of people that have these bow makers, and today my brain was just in overdrive and I thought, oh, I don't have dowel rods and all that kind of stuff to make a bow maker with, but I do have some chipboard, so let's just see if this will work. So what I did was, I knew I wanted a bow that was about 2 inches wide. I cut a piece of chipboard 2 inches wide, and then I just cut this little kind of a U shape out of the center, and it actually worked. Now this is a lot more fiddly than using an actual bow maker, and if you go to iteachstamping.com, she has a bow maker, and it will definitely be a lot better than this, but in a pinch I decided to give this a try, and it actually worked. So I'm going to lay my ribbon down on my tabletop, put my chipboard bow maker down on top, wrap this around and crisscross these in the back. Then I'm going to take one piece and I'm going to stick it through right here. So I'm taking this piece of ribbon and going between the chipboard and the ribbon and coming around the front, and then I'm going to wrap it back over the top and tie it in a knot in the back. Then I can just slide this off and I have a bow. Then I can finagle my little ribbons around the way that I want them to go, and I've got my bow tied. So anyway, there you go. That is my homemade version of a bow maker. I'm just going to cut these off. So I'm going to use my glue dots to attach my bow. I'm going to put one in the center right behind that knot, and then I'm going to put one kind of on either side of where that knot is. I just like the extra security of having the extra glue dots, and then I can kind of put my little ribbon tails where I want them to go and stick them down. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial today, and do you see how easy it is to create a cute box when you have a thinlet that cuts it and scores it for you, and all you have to do is assemble it and decorate it? Let me tell you, if you wanted to make a bunch of these and send them as Valentine presents with your child to school, they would be the superhero of their Valentine's party. I guarantee it. All the other kids would love getting one of these little boxes and it being filled with chocolates or whatever you decided to put in there. Now I plan on giving these boxes away to a winner, and the way that you can win the box is going to the blog post for this project, and it is called the Valentines Treat Box with a heart-shaped window. So go to my blog, find that post, and tell me in the comment section that's down below the blog post what your favorite celebration item is. Now if you don't have the celebration catalog, don't worry, I will have a digital PDF of the catalog within the blog post that you can just click on and look at it online. And make sure that you definitely check out my online class. You'll find that on my website as well, and it's just simply titled February Online Class. The deadline to sign up for the class is January the 15th, and all the kits will be ready and will be shipped out at the end of January. So I hope that you enjoyed this project today. Thank you for spending time with me and letting me share it with you. I hope that I have inspired you to be creative. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.